Excellent.
Hello guys, what's up? My name is Hafiz and you're watching Fixie Games Reviews. Crap. So today I'll be reviewing T2, the arcade game for the Sega Mega Drive, and a little bit about the PC. Just a little bit, yeah. So originally the game was actually released in the year of 1991 by Midway. The arcade cabinet has two guns attached to the system, and I really thought that game really blows my mind graphically, especially when the endoskeleton appears right in front of your screen. That's the most awesome part. So I thought, would it be cool if the game were actually to be released for the video game home console system and for the PC? I mean, who wouldn't want an arcade system at home, right? Yeah, of course, you're not gonna spend like $2,000-$3,000 at that period of time, but we would like something similar. And eventually they did release it. But here's the thing, the moment I start putting the cartridge in, and on it, guess what I saw?
Let's go.
Hold on. That's not exactly what is shown in the arcade version or exactly what I played.
It's Judgment Day. Way to go.
Or maybe it's just the Sega version. So I decided to get the computer version, but it's in floppy disk. Do you think it's gonna be better than the Sega version? Alright, I'm not gonna say much, but that's definitely not the arcade version either. What other options do I get? So let's just stick to the Sega version for now. So the moment I start the game, I know that there is some graphical difference. The number of robots is lesser, their movements are slower. But here's one thing that triggers me. The limitation of the credits is actually something that bothers me at first. So I was like, oh shit, if I go to the arcade, yeah, I might finish the game with maybe $10, maybe, yeah, or 10 credits. But this one only have 5, and is it even possible to actually finish the game with a joypad? You see, halfway through the first level, I actually found out one of the credits actually has a gold credit. And that is a one-up for the game so that you can have additional credits throughout. And within most of the areas, there are actually additional credits that is actually hidden within the props. So it's not so bad. Here's the thing. Actually, the Sega Genesis version is way much more simpler than the arcade version. I wouldn't say it's the same thing for the PC because I think the PC version can be a little bit too crowded. But of course, you are controlling with a mouse. 3 main differences that I can find in the Sega Genesis version. Number 1, and also this applied to the PC version, that the soldiers that was shooting at the endoskeletons is actually lesser on the computer version and the Sega version compared to the arcade version. As you can see, the arcade version, there are 4 people shooting. That's one. The second one, I noticed that the length of the mission itself is actually shorter in the Sega version and the PC version. That hurts a little bit. And lastly, the boss battle on the Sega version is easier than the arcade version. So I thought, you know what, it's not so bad, we can nail this shit. So let's move to the second level. On the second level, I was actually pretty amazed that you can finish the level within a very short period of time compared to the arcade version, due to the number of enemies is being reduced so much to a level that you think that this level is the easiest. In fact, it is. But one thing that I don't like about the second level is that there's this weird enemy, this orbs. Really, the name is orbs. It hatched from a metal egg. What the hell is that? I never seen that in a Terminator movie. But you know what? I hate that enemy. It's like it's bouncing back and bouncing back whenever you try to shoot them. And it's just weird. Now, the third level. I remember this third level is the most challenging level ever. Back then, I remember when I played, I think in the year of 1994, I really couldn't get past by this level. It sucks. Because you have to protect the truck from exploding, because John Connor is driving on the truck and the guy shooting behind the truck, shooting whatever is flying, the HK carrier, is useless. But anyway, yeah, I always lost. And to my surprise, that this time around when I try to understand what's going on, I tell you, I feel so much better and lighter. That level is not as punishing as the arcade version, because the arcade version, I tell you, you can lose up to 50 credits just for that level. And especially if you're playing one player, yeah, because if you have two players, that's fine, you know, but on one player, I do not know, man. And also, I prefer the arcade version in terms of how the infiltrated T800 look like. The Sega version, I find that the T800, you know, the infiltrator guy, when they appear in front of your screen, the arcade version looks much more gory, much more skin and metal all over when you blow them up into pieces, compared to the Sega version. You know, it's just not, it just looks a little bit cartoony and less violent, yeah. And in this level, it's pretty weird because you're gonna face like a so-called 3 mini bosses. One of them is actually the ground hunter killer that you actually fought already in the first mission, and the other one is actually called Silverfish. The fuck is this shit? Like, seriously?
Relax.
Does that even look like a silverfish? Now, what the hell is a silverfish in the first place? I do not know.
Relax.
What the hell is going on, seriously? And suddenly, at the end of the level, you are fighting this machine. It's like a time displacement machine or Skynet itself, I don't know. But he's shooting humongous amount of rockets onto you, regardless of which version you are playing. But I tell you this because the arcade version is crap. It's really crap. They purposely do that so that you lose. On the Sega version, however, you know, I find that it's okay. But yeah, I lose a couple of credits on that particular level itself, which is not so bad. Now, here's the part that I do not understand. And the first 4 level itself took place in the future, which is not really much shown in the movie. And then the last 4 level, it takes you back to where the movie is, but it starts off in the Cyberdyne system company building. Where is the pub level? Where is the chase of the lorry and John on the motorbike? Where is all that in the shopping mall? Oh, I forgot. There's another Terminator 2 Judgment Day game for that.
Son of a bitch, I knew it!
You lucky 2 piece of fucks. So in the Cyberdyne system building, I hate this level the most. You are fighting SWAT teams that looks like security guards wearing the cap that I'm wearing almost, and then you are also fighting these scientist people that is, I don't know what the hell, and they're throwing you yellow liquid that look like peas onto you and you are damaged. Yes, they throw a flash that look like a piece onto your face and you get hurt. I mean, I just hate this part because also during this level itself, you are required to demolish or destroy as many equipments as much as possible. 3 times I completed the Sega Genesis version before doing this review, and 3 times I was never able to destroy everything. But yeah, the good thing is you still can pass by that level even though you do not destroy everything. So next, this is also another frustrating part when it comes to the arcade counterparts. This helicopter is a piece of shit. The moment he hit your van one time, the van explodes, Sarah Connor and John Connor in there dies. Okay, fine. You really have to be fast, and that thing applies to the Sega version as well, with limited credits. After you thought you have cleared the helicopter, here's the thing, suddenly a truck, a lorry come by, a liquid nitrogen lorry, yeah, you will hit the van. I do not know if there's an easier way to do this, but I always aim my crosshair at the edge of the screen on the left side, and the moment that lorry appears, I gotta spam it. If you are like even a second late, the lorry will eventually hit the van and the van will explode. That's bull. And then after all those chase, then you are at the final level, which is the steel mill, and that is where you're gonna actually fight the T-1000. Now, this is a little bit bullshit. What you need to do is actually to shoot the liquid nitrogen, and then the liquid nitrogen is gonna hit the T-1000, yeah, which is the police officer, the bad guy, okay? His name is T-1000, goddammit. Okay, fine, I get it. But does he have to regenerate his health? Now this is the part where, again, the arcade version will punish you. Midway is gonna just tell you, hey, you think you're gonna finish the game? No, you gotta stand by more and more tokens, get ready to put some credits, because seriously guys, you gotta be so fast to actually take him down. And it can take you up like about 4 or 5 minutes sometimes to fight in this particular scene itself. Okay, once you get the hang out of it, it will lead you to the last level, and the last level, I have to say that is a little bit crappy. Again, you see, it's actually being broken down into 3 sequences, and basically on the first sequence, T-1000 is about to kill John Connor. What you need to do is you have to make him fall down by shooting a shotgun onto him. Yes, your normal plasma rifle will not work. Once he thinks he have enough shotguns being shot at him, he will then appear in front of the screen. It looks a little funny on the Sega version, yeah, and then he will start swaying left and right, and he will shoot at you. You will definitely get hit. There's no way escaping that, and the only way to counter him is to pump his face with the shotgun, and then the moment his head split into 2, and this is where it sucks. You have to keep on spamming your shotgun and shoot at him till he reaches at the end of the railing, and the moment he reaches there, you will notice a grenade launcher comes at the side, and you have to equip that grenade launcher, and you gotta shoot him twice with that grenade launcher. Twice! Why? Why the hell did they do that since when it happens in the movie? So I only have the Sega version and the PC version. However, I say that this is not really, as close as how Virtua Fighter or even the Mortal Kombat, how they port it. Virtua Fighter is the best on PC, and Mortal Kombat, it's great on consoles. But I couldn't say the same for T2, the arcade game. If only it has the same audio, if only it has the same visuals. With the console difficulty, I could have easily give this game one of the best arcade conversion, but I couldn't. Now, there is one difference also I noticed in the arcade and PC and Sega version, is that there is this one part in the arcade version you can actually have a multiple guided missiles, launching at your enemies. However, that weapon is not in the Sega and PC version. Throughout the game, I wish there are multiple weapons available, because the first 4 levels, it gives you a plasma rifle and a rocket launcher. The last 4, it actually gives you your plasma rifle, a little bit of Gatling gun, and your secondary is a shotgun. That's about it. And also how I wish that actually there are more relevant enemies and characters in the game. Why put the orbs? What the hell is an orb, and what the hell is the silverfish? Seriously, it should be Silverman in there, not Silverfish. Yeah, Dr. Silverman and Miles, sorry, Miles Dyson. Yeah, but unfortunately they're not there. Oh yeah, I also want to point out that Probe Entertainment actually did a pretty good job on the controls, you see, because the game is a real shooter. Normally it doesn't really go well with a joypad. However, for this game, I beg to differ. It works awesome, the sensitivity just feels right, and I don't feel that I actually need a Menacer gun for it. However, if you want a better accuracy and stuff like that, yeah, maybe you can opt for a Menacer gun, but in 2018, things can get pretty expensive, even a CRT TV. However, I do not find any issues playing the game with a joypad itself. So overall, the game can be completed in like under 30 to 40 minutes, okay, depending on how many times you die and stuff like that. But yeah, I wouldn't spend like more than $50 on this game to, you know, to buy it on eBay or whatsoever. However, I have to tell you, I got the PC version for $100. Yeah. Overall, I had a pretty much good time on Terminator 2, the arcade game. Again, like I said, the only way to experience the actual arcade version is to buy the cabinet, which I think by now in market price is gonna be $4,000 to $5,000 or $7,000. Yeah, and 30-40 minutes of, you know, I don't think so it's worth it. So might as well you just download the game from somewhere and load it up in your MAME emulator and get it done with a mouse. You know, that's pretty safer costs and safe space. Yeah, so alright guys, thank you for checking out Fix Your Games. My name is Safis and I'm signing off from YouTube. I'll come by with more reviews next time. For now, peace out. I'll be back.
Hasta la vista, baby.